Hi, and I'm Dr. Carmen Brown, and I am a board certified obstetrician and gynecologist currently living and working in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about why working in Australia and New Zealand can be really, really awesome. And today I'd like to focus on the physician union. So, having a physician union can be a completely foreign concept to us American physicians. And believe me, when I came here and heard physician union, I didn't really know what to expect. But what a physician union is exactly what you think it is. It offers protections for us working physicians. And those protections guarantee us certain rights. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that you get being a part of the physician union in Australia and New Zealand. Now, Australia and New Zealand have different physician unions, so it's not the same body. However, they both offer some of the same protections. In New Zealand, the physician union is called the Association of Salaried Medical Specialists, or the ASMS New Zealand. So every physician in New Zealand, especially working publicly, usually gets a combined bargaining agreement contract. And so everything that we're going to talk about today is found in that contract. So therefore, you know that you're guaranteed to those rights and benefits that any other physician in New Zealand has. Now, granted, some hospitals might offer a little bit extra. However, one of the benefits that you have with the physician union is knowing that your rights for your annual leave, sick leave, sabbaticals, those types of things are inserted into that contract, and you don't have to worry about those things being missed. As physicians in the United States, we're used to having to negotiate for all types of things in our contracts. However, physician unions in Australia and New Zealand automatically have those basic benefits there for you. So what are some of those benefits? Number one is leave. In New Zealand, you are guaranteed 6 weeks of paid annual leave a year, and your leave can accrue. That means if you don't use all of it, you don't lose it. And that's something that we're used to in the United States. You don't use it, you lose it. Not so in New Zealand and not so in Australia. If you don't use the leave, it will accrue and continue to accrue and continue to accrue. So it's not uncommon for some of us, especially if you don't really go far-fetched or go on lots of long vacations, you can sometimes accrue several weeks of vacation and have lots and lots of time to use later on. The second thing the physician union guarantees is sick leave. Now, for us in the United States, unfortunately, if we have a loved one that's sick or if we get sick, we're usually expected to come to work and just kind of power through. However, that's not really the case or the expectation in Australia or New Zealand. In both countries, you're guaranteed sick leave. And in the union in Australia, a lot of times the sick leave accrues based on your work hours. And in New Zealand, you're guaranteed a certain number of actual sick leave days every single year. Other benefits to look at is, of course, CME. Now, of course, being a physician, you're a lifelong learner. You need to continue to upgrade your skills. You need to take those courses. You need to go away and improve your skill set. And one of the benefits in Australia and New Zealand is that they believe that that is a critical part of your skill set as a physician. And so you're given a very generous CME package. In New Zealand, you're guaranteed almost 17,000 New Zealand dollars a year for your CME. And in Australia, you're guaranteed up to 27,000 Australian dollars a year. And once again, these are things that you can use from everything from journals, academic subscriptions, but also, and most importantly, for those important courses that may be really expensive and out of reach in most cases. Lastly, one of the things the physician union also guarantees is things like sabbatical and long service leave. Now, it varies from country to country, but those are once again things that as physicians, we're not used to actually hearing about, unless, of course, you're working in academic medicine in the United States. Having the opportunity to have a sabbatical or a long service leave based on your years of service can be really critical. But once again, a sabbatical can offer you the opportunity to do additional learning at possibly a tertiary center or maybe even taking a long-term course that you've always dreamed about. So one of the benefits I'd like to mention to you about working in Australia and New Zealand, of course, is the physician union, as we discussed before. And I really think that's a critical part of the happiness and the work-life balance that we achieve in Australia and New Zealand. So once again, yet another reason why possibly working in Australia and New Zealand could be right for you. And if you'd like any more information or like to do a free consultation with us, feel free to contact us at expatmd.com. And I look forward to seeing you on this side of the world.